chapter 7, Waking Up on the Bar, I would call like the fortunate way of getting what I want. In this chapter, I see like characters had led up to like this omniscient character. Not saying we were like that. Of course, if we were an omniscient character, it would mean like all type of ways of getting what you want, right? Somewhere now, I'm thinking as a subconscious, like spiraling organ. How many times do I hear like the sealed organ that plays like uh, a trumpet in heaven to like a omniscient like goddess? Um, I hear like in the cells in my on top of my head and like a scale piece of hair. I have hair with a scale, a Libra scale. Like, why or where would you find like this imaginary like fortune? And it said to be sealed away like a firmament to the eye of the sky. And somewhere in there, I'm thinking like, how is it like legally possible, as well as physical or spiritual, to possess this type of fortune of like being like a force of like um just tickle my fancy. Like of course the cell player, he had like this omniscient trance that he was allowed to like play from. And somewhere he sees like the ocean miss from like a very fortunate view. You can tell the ocean always followed this way. He was so big. And it left like this 6 man type mist. Kind of like open up a mist soda and you see the little debris come out. Yeah. A mist soda, like a lemon lime mist soda where the little fog, fog machine come out. Uh, Somewhere I'm thinking like, how do you find like a organic like orchestrated like piece to like a cellular venue? And it's not saying the easy route out versus like this great route out. But some days it's more how it's presented as like a trance of like escapism. If you offer it like views that most characters, any character wondered, generally speaking, what it was like, but at the same time, it was like homie had the game like Everybody was just kicking it with him, didn't even know it all at one time. The whole world just kicking it with one cat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, like, how in the hell do you make a comeback from that? It's kind of like most kids say they after like graduating and figuring out about pregnancy or whatever it may be, graduated diplomacy in the world. Like, what are two venues that most people encounter with, like, let's just say your eyelashes was a crowd or audience, a genre type audience that spoke to like people of ethnicity. Like waking up some days, we all wake up to our own selves, and like you got people that lead, you got people that follow, and a followers world of what you would call like more of just ethnicity altogether. Like it's not one big force in the universe where like some people are like sleepers or daydreamers or in a trance versus like this omniscient like like clean clean character. I'm just thinking like how many times does a venue go unheard in your mind and it doesn't make sense how much is it worth? The venue, that was a sell character. The more the character came with it, the more you knew like, yeah, we got us a new Jesus, we got some new genes to work with. People love to experiment with like genes, like scientific or organic spiraling down the gene. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you got talent. It's kind of like, biblically speaking, cats that stored away they talents. Hey, it's your treasure. It's it's your cell from like the gods in the temple of the sky to like whoever you are like presented to be. Like, I think most people would describe like that type venue as a superhero. What? Okay, think about some of your superheroes over the years. Like we moving into times where we have things we didn't necessarily always had. Like we got new forms of money, we got new forms of presidents. All these venues are opening up. And somewhere in there, my favorite part of the game is just everybody kicking with this one set character at one time. As far as how much it's worth, man, if the silk character if really is presenting like venues, how much is it worth? All you gotta do is see a line at the bottom with an X every time with like with like this fine print. If you read the fine print of how much it's worth, I mean the highest you can count to God is a centillion. And that's just the final. There's other versions of being rich. How do you know about the centillion? I was struck by lightning. And when the lightning struck me, I could see like just money like view, where like the strike caused like ovals in my eyes, like